Hi everyone, I wanted to do an update video on how I'm doing with personal planning in my Filofax Personal that I use set up as a planner wallet combo. I share a lot about how I do this sort of planning on my Instagram, and the Instagram name is the same as this channel name, which is Dearest Darling. But I thought that after I showed you the last planning video, I would show you how I do planning on this scale. If you've ever wondered about how to do planning in a personal planner, then I invite you to watch this video so that I can show you how I do it. This is a personal size Filofax binder. This is the same Filofax binder that I've shown you in previous videos, and I'll try and link those in the description down below. I always carry with me two pens, a blue ink pen and a black one. And the one thing that you will notice is that I do not have any dividers in this setup. I use this primarily for task and time-oriented planning, which means I usually just do a running sort of a to-do list from day to day and week to week. Let's go ahead and open this up so that I can show you what some empty pages look like. This planning setup is something that I came up with completely on my own because I like to see planning with 2 weeks at a time. When I'm doing time and task sort of setups, it's very helpful for me to see not just 1 week, but also the following week. I also like to have space to write things down. So you'll see open grid pages here, and it folds off the rings. I also like to do this, where I can pop them on and off. These pages are prepped pages that I have for January to February. And what I do is I do batch prep so that I can fill in information as I need to. And I'll usually do 6 months of prep ahead of time. Since I fully acknowledge the fact that it doesn't necessarily help for you to see empty planning pages, and right now a lot of people are doing things like planner flip-throughs, meaning you can see the pages. I heavily rely upon my planning pages, and so the only way I can do a planner flip-through is to show you pictures of pages where I have blurred out personal information. Without further ado, I'm going to show you some finished pages so that maybe you can get an idea of how I do functional planning in a color-coded way in this sort of setup. There are 5 things that I almost always do for any weekly planner setup of pages. I will almost always put washi tape at the binding where the rings hit, so then I can snip the rings and then pop them on and off of the planner binder as I need to, and it won't wear down the hole punch as quickly as I would if I didn't reinforce that edge. I will also use decorative washi tape just because it's a little more fun as much as it's functional. And then I'll try and use a decorative weekend banner that goes along with the seasons or the holidays, and I do try to coordinate that a little bit with the washi tape. I almost always color code the days from purple to pink so that Monday is purple and pink ends on a Sunday. And I'll use narrow washi tape to show a stretch of time. The planner stickers that I use are meant to be small enough so that I can actually write things next to them in order to explain what purpose the planner sticker is. The way that it works with you remembering things or with planning things is the more modalities that you have information, meaning if it's written and you also can see it, the more likely you are to remember it in order to actually do something with the plans that you have written down. So that is actually a huge reason why I will use smaller planner stickers, and then I have to have space to write things down. Something that you should notice throughout all of these pages is that there are sometimes boxes where I don't scratch things out. That doesn't necessarily mean that that sort of task or that time-oriented item didn't occur. It just means that probably I just didn't need to circle back and take care of it, and I remembered it and I forgot to scratch it out. I use my planner for just about everything, and if you went back and looked at all the pages that I have archived, you would probably notice that some stuff doesn't make sense because the notes that I write to myself, they only really apply to me, or it only really will work if you kind of know the context of things. All the same, I did have to blur out information just because I do have personal information here as much as I have information that has to do with other people's lives in here, because I have to coordinate my schedule with other people's. I don't necessarily do weekly planning so much because I will have in advance, but maybe what I can do is a few sort of weekly planning sessions where you can see me using the pre-prepped planner inserts that I have, and then I use planner stickers, the smaller kind that I talked about, and this is a lot of planner stickers, and these all come from my Etsy shop, just because I do have very specific needs for planner stickers. I need them to be a lot smaller than some of what is out there, so I designed them specifically for the purpose of me being able to have them be small enough to use in the most functional way. I have some like mini kits and things, but for the most part, I stick to decorative and functional planning so that the stickers themselves speak for the plans that are on the pages. And here is just a little bit of a sampling of some of the washi tape that I might use on the inner edges of the pages. And this is all kind of divided up in a box from, I think this was from Michael's. And I've just sort of amassed this over time, like the last 3 years or so. Some of it was destashed to me from a friend of mine named Planning Love, who's in the planner community. That's the general sort of idea of how I do planning. And I will try and show you all a second video of how I do that. Other people on Instagram have already asked me if these are available for sale, and yes, they are. They are available right now as custom orders. I can print them and ship them, as much as you can buy printable versions from my Etsy shop, and I will link my Etsy shop and the listing in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.